Breathless. Forbidden, Book 2. Written by Susanna Thompson. Narrated by Lauren Sweet. Chapter 5. I took a shower after Cade left and tried to wash away all traces of him from my skin. It wasn't as easy to let go of last night as I had expected. I blamed it on waking up with Cade this morning. He was supposed to be long gone by then, and that was what was throwing me off. There was no clear separation between last night and today. It felt like we had continued into the next day, the way a real couple would. I'd expected to sate my previously unfulfilled desire for Cade and get him out of my system for good. The scorching hot sex we'd had obliterated all comparisons to the sex I'd had with Lucas. That had been more about enjoying being with him than him driving me wild with desire. Cade had inflamed me past the point of all my inhibitions, and he had pleasured me in ways that Lucas never had. I hadn't wanted to experience such mind-blowing sex with him, because now he stood out as my best lover when I hadn't wanted him to be anything special. I had thought that we would burn through our combustible attraction quickly, but it had remained ultra-hot all night, and I still felt a smoldering desire for him as erotic memories of him replayed in my mind. This led to new fantasies of him joining me in the shower. I struggled to banish such thoughts and clear my mind. I was supposed to be making a fresh start today and leaving behind my forbidden attraction to Cade. I wasn't supposed to be craving him even more. I decided to focus on my other appetite and eat breakfast. I was famished after expending so much energy last night having all that sex. Stop thinking about it, I chided myself. The soreness between my legs made that nearly impossible, though. It was a good soreness, which I hadn't known was possible. Eating a large breakfast added to my feelings of physical satisfaction and indulgence. When I went back to my dorm, I was accosted by memories of the erotic things that Cade had done to me on my bed. I realized now that I should have gone to his room last night instead, so that I wouldn't be reminded of him every time I looked at my bed. Katie wasn't back yet to distract me, so I decided to leave the room and go take a dip in the pool. When I saw that they also had a lazy river, I floated around in it leisurely and relaxed. My mind drifted too, and it was in this calm state that I was able to savor my memories of the previous night and decide to chalk the whole thing up to a memorable college experience. People often expanded their sexual experience in college, and that was what I had done. It just happened to be with Cade. But that didn't make it any more significant than if it had been with any other guy. "Lexie," he said, as he suddenly appeared beside me and grabbed onto the inner tube I was on. The slow heat that had suffused my body while I lazily sifted through carnal images in my mind now raged into a fever at the sight of him. He was shirtless in the pool, of course, and I had the urge to press my lips to his wet skin. "What are you doing here?" I exclaimed in a much too breathless voice. His low, deep voice seemed to slide down my spine the way his dark eyes slid down over my chest and down to my thighs. "I was working out, and I saw you come in here. It's a good thing I was planning to cool down in the pool later, so I brought my swim trunks. I like your bikini." He had seen me naked, so I shouldn't have felt so exposed to him in my sporty blue bikini. It suddenly seemed to be emphasizing what it was covering rather than hiding it. Cade's eyes smoldered like he could see right through the material. His words matched his wicked gaze as his hand touched my thigh. "Too bad we're not alone. You're in the perfect position for me to taste you while I'm standing up." I actually felt a sharp twitch between my legs at the thought of feeling his mouth there again. "Cade," I protested weakly. "I can imagine how your moans would echo in here," he continued in that seductive voice. "That's not going to happen again." I managed to tell him more firmly. It was a one-time thing, just to finish what we started before and get it out of our systems.
Really?
He inquired.
Then why do you still want me if I'm out of your system?
I don't, I denied.
You think I don't know what you're thinking when you look at me that way?
He demanded.
I bet if I touched you right now, I'd feel how soaking wet you are for me.
Of course I'm wet, moron, I retorted. I'm in a pool.
Dry off first and then let me feel you.
He challenged. You're not touching me again, I told him. Now let me go. I want to get out of here. To my surprise, he did as I asked.
You can still stay here if you want. I'll leave,
He offered.
I just wanted to ask you to go out to dinner with me.
No, I replied.
Damn it, Lexie. Why are you fighting this? You know how good we are together. Why won't you be my girlfriend?
I was your girlfriend, but that meant nothing to you. The only reason it's so important to you now is because I said no. You can't stand that I'm not begging you to be with me.
I was an idiot,
He acknowledged.
I'm so sorry, Lexie, but I swear to you that I'll never leave you again.
You're right, I said. You won't ever have the chance to. With that, I walked out of the pool and into the locker room where he couldn't follow me. I felt some semblance of closure, and I hoped that it would last.